Hey everybody, it's Dr. Smith again. I just wanted to check in, see how everyone's doing. I've been seeing some posts lately on Facebook and the rest of social media where people are saying that social distancing weakens the immune system. And I wanted to address that. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that social distancing can weaken your immune system. Why? Because it's stressful. Stress can weaken your immune system. However, when people post this nonsense, they're implying that maybe we shouldn't be social distancing. And the bottom line is, at this point, not social distancing will be worse for your immune system than social distancing. So let's please, everybody, keep it up. Stay in if you don't have to go out, okay? Now, in reference to if you saw the table just shake a little bit, that was Lola crawling underneath it. She's got to put her 2 cents in. Anyway, getting back to what we were talking about. Yes, stress can weaken the immune system. How do you deal with stress? There's a lot of different ways, but one of the ways that I found throughout the years that has been fantastic is something called the relaxation response. It's written about in a book, okay? By Herbert Benson, medical doctor. He was a cardiologist, graduated from Harvard, practiced for years, and actually went back to work at Harvard as a researcher in the cardiology department. And what he found was that there were ways to elicit what he called the relaxation response. And it basically comes down to meditation. And when I said meditation, a lot of you just all of a sudden started to tune out. I would do the same thing, or at least I used to do the same thing. What he found in his research, that you don't have to meditate for hours like a yogi would out in India or, something like that. You don't have to spend thousands of dollars to learn transcendental meditation. Those things are good. He found they can be absolutely fantastic. But in his studies over more than 20 years at Harvard Medical School, he found a simple way to elicit what he calls the relaxation response. And the relaxation response is what happens: the breathing decreases, your heart rate decreases, your blood pressure decreases, your stress level decreases, and your metabolic rate decreases, okay? All of those things will lead to a healthier body, okay? And what he found is if you did this for 10 minutes twice a day, not an hour, not 2 hours, but simply 10 minutes for twice a day, you will lower your blood pressure. Your immune system will function better. You will have lower stress and cortisol levels and all that kind of stuff. So, okay, how do we do this? Well, the most amazing thing that this book taught me personally, because I've tried to do all this stuff in the past and have not been successful, and it drove me nuts, and it probably made my blood pressure higher instead of lower when I try to do these things. What he says, and it's the most important thing, is that you need to, when you do these things, don't judge yourself while you're doing it. So let's start off. He recommends picking a word or a sound or a phrase or a prayer that you're just going to repeat to yourself over and over and over and over again. Something that brings you peace. Or in the book, he uses the example, just the word one. Okay, something that's not going to cause you stress. It may not bring you peace. If there's a word or a phrase that brings you peace, that's even better. But something neutral, just like the word one. That is the perfect sound for you, okay? And then number 2, and almost more importantly, is that you do not judge yourself. Here's the problem when most people start to meditate. Or I won't put it on you, I'll say me. I try to meditate, I start breathing, I start trying to focus on one particular thing, and within a minute or two, I'm thinking about what do I need to do today, and okay, when do I need to pay this bill? And then once I realize I'm not focusing, then I get pissed off because I'm not focusing, and then I try to focus and I'm annoyed and my mind wanders again, not just about the bills or what do I have to do today? Why is this so hard? Why can't I do this? I must really suck. Everybody should be able to meditate. Why can't I? And boom, my blood pressure's through the roof. Now, I'm not saying that's you. I'll bet, though, that a lot of people have experienced the same thing. You don't need to worry about that. Do not judge yourself when you do this. The key is you will catch your mind wandering. It wanders for every single person, unless maybe you've been doing this for hours a day for years, okay? Your mind is going to wander. Don't get annoyed. Don't get frustrated. Don't get distracted when your mind wanders. Just catch yourself and bring yourself back to your word. Don't judge yourself. Don't get mad. Don't get annoyed. Bring yourself back to your word or your phrase, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to take you through this, and just so you know it's not my own personal interpretation with a spin on it, I'm going to read it to you right from the book, okay? Bestseller, The Relaxation Response, Herbert Benson, MD, okay? This is the generic technique that I have taught patients that I've used for myself for many years. Number one, pick a focus word, a short phrase, or a prayer that is firmly rooted in your belief system. Number two, sit quietly in a comfortable position. Number three, close your eyes. 4, relax your muscles progressing from your feet to your calves, thighs, abdomen, shoulders, head, and neck. Number 5, breathe slowly and naturally. And as you do, say your focus word, sound, phrase, or prayer silently to yourself as you exhale. Assume a positive attitude. Don't worry about how well you're doing. When other thoughts come to mind, simply say to yourself, "Oh well," and gently return to your repetition. Continue for 10 to 20 minutes. When you're done, don't stand immediately. Continue sitting quietly for about a minute or so, allowing other thoughts to return. Then open your eyes, sit for another minute before rising. Practice the technique once or twice daily. Good times to do so are before breakfast and before dinner. Now let me tell you, this is gold. Start doing it. You can afford 10 minutes. Not everybody can spend an hour meditating. Not everybody can spend 2 hours meditating. I see people, books and people who say, you should do this, and to find the time, you should wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning before you go to work. Some of us can do that. Some of us can't. But Harvard medical research says that doing this 10 minutes a day, twice a day, will lower your blood pressure, lower your breathing rate, lower your metabolism, meaning not metabolism as far as losing weight, but the way your body is in a stress type metabolism. All those good things. So in this time of stress, please try to do things to help relieve stress. Whatever it is, this is something you can focus on. Okay? It's Dr. Smith signing off. Hopefully you're having a good time, keeping your stress under control. Remember, look at the positive things that are happening now. You're not forced to stay home. You get to stay home so you can stay safe. Okay? Stay safe.